How are you doing? I just wonder. Okay, I'm in the middle of the screen. I just wonder how it's how's everything. You see, we have the new feature of YouTube. I'm gonna show you it a little later. Just I need to pump out the chat as usual. How are you doing, by the way, guys? Pump out the chat. As usual, just chatting for today. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm doing great. Tomorrow it's gonna be the end of my snowboarding. Because I need to... What? I need to send it back. Right, we have all the chats ready. Ready. With all the comments. Yeah, super. Sound is good? Yeah, I know it's good. If I see the line moving, it's good. Oh, I forgot to get my drink, so I'm gonna start soon. Just stand by. All right. I'm in. Thank you. Oreshnik hit Lviv. Yeah, I just heard the news about some explosions in Lviv. There was a report about Oreshnik, but now I'm still looking for the information, so I'm not sure. Let's check out Ukrainian channels. We have the sound. We don't have the video. We have for now just the sound of the explosions. Where are my watches? I think we can listen to it. It's hard to say what was there, but yeah, just the sound. Вибухи. Explosions in Lviv were heard even in nearby oblasts. Well, there is nothing special about it, because even in Vinnytsia Oblast I heard some of the explosions in Kiev Oblast at the beginning of the war. So definitely, if the conditions are okay for the sound waves to spread, they spread for a very, very, very long distance, especially if they happen high in the sky. Maybe air defense or something. So looking for the information. Yeah, for now we just have explosions.
Я в ахуе. Я в ахуе.
Those are the sounds. Maybe Oreshnik. Because too much, yeah? Too much. Boom, boom, boom. It's like the portions. There is the version that it was Oreshnik and it was flying towards 3. What is 3? Where is 3? It's 3. Ukraine's 3. Okay, I'll find out. Stry, Ukraine. Okay, we have it on the map. I'll try to open it up. I'm gonna show you. So, I'm from the wrong side. So that's the Lviv, and Stry. Where is Stry? Stry is here, not in Lviv Oblast, and that's some sort of the airfield, the small one. But it's maybe that was the thing. Lviv is here. Stry is almost very western Ukraine, yeah, not far away from Uzhgorod. But explosions were heard in Lviv, so it's hard really to say. Yeah, gonna monitor more information from the groups. In Lviv, authorities are working to confirm the details of a missile strike. Mayor Sadovy of Lviv says investigations are ongoing. Preliminary reports suggest Russia used an Oreshnik intermediate-range ballistic missile. 6 explosions were heard across the city. But they do not specify what was hit. Maybe it was not Lviv after all. So they're looking for the versions. Maybe it was Oreshnik, maybe not. Still, I think there was Oreshnik, personally, because of the number of the explosions, as it was in Dnipro. So yeah, maybe it was, maybe not. Oh, we have the new military map update. I'm gonna record the video tomorrow. But Oreshnik is useless. Even the Russian Iskander is more harmful. The Russian Iskander is more deadly, let's say. Oreshnik, if it doesn't have nuclear warhead, it's useless, literally. They don't have those warheads without nuclear component. They're just dummies. They just drop down with a high velocity, that's it. And they create this wow effect that we heard already and saw during the Russians' attack on Dnipro. Our channels say that there is a risk of one more Oreshnik attack, at least during the night. Well, we'll see. So the explosions were visible, literally, by people. Now we have this image,
Я в ахуе.
zoomed in. We don't have, but there are explosions.
Я в ахуе.
So probably soon, like in a few hours, we'll have the full picture. For now, just it's forbidden to post. After a few hours, we're gonna see the real what happened there, yeah, those explosions. Of course, there will be eyewitnesses who filmed it, or CCTV cams, as usual. But for now, it's better not to post those, of course. Some analytics say that Oreshnik was used near Lviv suburbs. That's it. What particular was hit, no one specifies. Sound. Oh shit. I dropped it on my keyboard. That's the mate tea for some energy. And now, hello guys to everyone. Hulk, hello. Oreshnik is just hype, yeah. It's the propaganda warfare weapon. Could they put 1,000-pound conventional explosives on? No, it's just on a high speed. It will not kaboom easily. Yeah, Betsy, I agree with you. Critical infrastructure attacked. I don't have the information about it yet. Minneapolis live. What do you mean? Protests? Today I don't want to. Like, we're gonna speak about the topic in Minneapolis, but not too much, let's be honest. Twitch Kick, hello guys, thanks for watching me. Thanks for joining the stream. Abalon and Poznanki districts report explosions in Kiev. Really? Maybe air defense working. Okay, now they cancel the threat of Oreshnik. Okay. Maybe it was already launched. There is an official info of the drone bomber channel. With how reliable they're probably don't trust to carry anything. You mean Oreshnik? Yeah. Denys, I'm good, thanks. What Russians channels say about it? Oh, yeah. So in Lviv, it was the critical infrastructure attacked. More information we're gonna publish later. So it's the quote from Russian, they quote a Ukrainian channel. I think some energy infrastructure was hit, maybe. I'm not sure what kind of what piece of infrastructure. But probably it was definitely Oreshnik. Probably, definitely, yeah. Using those kind of the words. We have lots of the news happening around the world, so bear with me on the live stream. We're gonna see lots of the stuff. Also in Belgorod, there are some kabooms happening. Blackouts, kabooms. Well, Russians do not hesitate to post those videos. Let me show you. Let's see. That's Russia. It was a power plant or substation. Oh my god. Ukraine also has some sort of the things to strike Russia hard. Not Oreshnik, but also quite effective, yeah? Some guys filming in the window. They're so surprised always. Yeah, but, like, what is happening? Denys is always fantastic background. Well, is always fantastic background while I'm working, lol. Yeah, I always also watch the streams while I'm doing something. Someone blah blah blah, and I just listen, you know. That's nice. And in videos, no, it's the punishment, okay? In Ukraine, if you publish right away some of the video of the strike, so people do not post that shit right away. They wait for some time, so we have to wait as well. What energy drink? It's not the energy drink, it's mate tea. Mate tea, it has guarana. It's the natural component. Extract the guarana, 0.1%. Some say it's more stronger than caffeine. The rest components are just normal thing. So dramatic they sleep through in Ukraine. What? Nice color t-shirt, yeah. Pink flamingo. Pinky flamingo. Just want to show you our live stream. Did you know that we already have this thing? Like we have in mobile stream as well, this component of mobile streaming. It's crazy. So I'm live on big screen and I'm live on shorts feed. I think YouTube wants to please use keyframe frequency for 4 seconds or less. Counter keyframes are not be seen often in out, which is called buffering. What? And how to change it? Keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Keyframe. I need to go to settings, stream, or output. Keyframe. 4 seconds or less. Let's do 2 seconds. Apply. Okay. Should be good. I hope so. In Stri Airport, you can see military trucks near the hangar on Google Maps. Really? Let's go. Let's check it out. Uh-huh. You mean those trucks? Maybe it's the Ukrainian base, after all. This looks like abandoned facility. Was it a military base? Risky airfield. Here. Some of the vehicles. Maybe that was the target. Yeah? It said that near Lviv it was the strike. Maybe it was the target. I don't know. But this image is very old. I know. How old is this image? Imagery 2026, but this particular one is taken during maybe the summertime of 2025, maybe not. What else here? That's the construction site, some sort of. So here, some of the vehicles and some of the armored vehicles in Stri. But they say about the critical infrastructure that was hit, probably. Is Borispol airport still intact? A couple of the missiles hit just the ground, no any structures there, no any building. But in Kikchat, really? They just say, Evelyn, they say just once they comment something, but not. I don't want to ban because the chat on my screen is just partially visible. If I start to mess up with it, I'm gonna exit everything. Lviv hit, near Lviv from what I understood. Oreshnik flown to Lviv Oblast and reached it in 15 minutes. So here is the map, definitely Oreshnik, as it was reported, as it was said by United States Embassy. So it was launched from this area, not far away from the border with Kazakhstan, Kapustin Yar launching spot, and it flown 1,500 kilometers for just 15 minutes. Yeah, and I guess that's the response of Putin on his humiliation by, Donald Trump seizing this tanker. Enjoy your, Tony mate. Enjoy here. Greetings from young Swiss person in Kiev. Young Swiss person in Kiev, really? Lolfish99, are you in Kiev now? Hello. Yeah, nice. And you're a young Swiss person, awesome. Yeah, you are right, it's Johnny. It's fantastic. I'm living in Switzerland for already such a long time, and I just tried it last month, and I like it. It definitely pumps my energy, There are some of the energy drinks that do not work, but here. I hope you're safe there in Kiev, because there is also a risk. So it was a rationing, yeah, as they say. We have also the video of the Russian strike on Russia. Let me check, let me see. Hello, good people of YouTube. Hello, Ratusmag. Nice to meet you. What is this? This is a raw power plant. Oh, I'm shouting to the mic. A raw power plant.
Вот летит.
It's flying. See. Where is it?
Самолет маленький.
He said it's the small airplane. No, it's, well, technically maybe. Small
вниз
airplane. Called drone.
Ой-ой-ой.
That's beautiful. At least we have this video. Ah, no lights. Lights disappeared from this area, and probably it's...
Никакой, ни одного ПВО не сработало.
He said no air defense was working. Ни одного ПВО не сработало. Where did Areshnik hit? It was in Lviv city or where? Not far away from Lviv, Jacker. Some people say it's 3, so it's hard to tell. But it hit some infrastructure. Been here for almost 3 months, leaving next week. Unfortunately, I don't really like it. You don't like what? Ah, I mean the drink. I see. How was Kiev for you? Or how is it? Trump slaps Putin, Putin bombs Ukraine. I mean, Putin doesn't have the balls to pick up an equal fight. Yeah, it's understandable. And only jumps on less capable opponents, as you need to know about the short guy. Yeah. You know, today I filmed the video. After the stream, I will edit it right away and will publish on Spotify and on Patreon initially. And tomorrow morning, I'm going to publish it on main YouTube channel. My channel is not doing well lately, but it's okay. So I recorded it like that. I went again to the forest. Come on, it should be. That's the bigger. Why it's not playing it? Tell with this Madura extra. Why it's not playing it? Computer, come on. Doesn't care. What's about that Russian economy? I'm looking way older here than I am on my other studio videos. I don't know why. I look like I'm tired. No, well, it's the... Why it's not playing, really? Maybe because of the stream? Come on, play. Democracy. United States... And I found out there was the snow a little. I found out that I have the mic on top of the Sony camera, and the reserve mic is obviously this one. I use this one now most of the time. So then the snow falls down. It was like those icy particles. They start to hit microphone on Sony camera, and there were some pum 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 sounds like someone is clapping on top of the mic. It's crazy. No, I don't have the backpack with me. So it's like, this is my camera, and I put the microphone on top. It's like the shotgun mic, the Sony mic, and the snow starts to pop on top. So of course it's better to use this lavalier microphone in this case to avoid those pop sounds. In case of the snow. Love you, Crowd. Thank you. Russians took some cables, yeah. Isn't the head Denys? Use modern head. What? What kind of the modern head? The sound of the videos is your car. The sound of the videos in your car is not as good as the sound rest. What? Dennis, did you know? Like, I understand that this microphone sounds better than lavalier mic. It's, of course, it's physically not possible for lav mic to sound better, but I try to find out the best lav mic to use, at least, you know. It's not a thermobaric explosion fuel air bomb. I think it's just dummy flying down, yeah? Got a response from Spotify? No, not yet. Like on Spotify, let me show you. So on Spotify for monetization, yeah, you ask. I'm still waiting for approval. So Spotify partner program, it's still like your application is under review. But I opened the subscription, so you can subscribe for $3, I think. Yeah, $3 per month. That's the only price for subscription. That's it. Like, I will try to post some unique content here. Maybe we'll see if I have the time. But in general, I'm waiting for the partner program. I already connected my Stripe, and we'll see. There are so many videos because I post here all of the videos from the second channel, from the main channel, and people watch. It's great that we reach monetization requirement. I don't know if they monetize my channel after all, because it's about the war. Dennis, I have no problem with the audio from car videos. Yeah, I think I process the sound. Like, I can show you what I do with the sound, my usual flow. So I go Adobe Audition. I, for example, pick up the sound from lavalier microphone. I have the separate recorder. By the way, here it is. I ordered a new one because I don't like this one, because it has the batteries. I don't like batteries. I have the battery pack, but somehow it works just a little bit more than 1 hour and a half or something, and then it depleted those batteries I have. So I basically put the sound here from this small box recorder. No. And what I do, I go to effects, I go to dynamic processing, and I select classic soft knee. That's basically compressor. So it boosts up the small gain. Then I whisper, for example, or just calmly say something, and it drops down the peaks. Yeah, drops down a little. I go apply. You see it's now more or less stable, yeah, but it's very calm. So I boost up all the sound. Just I see that it touches the top here and there, and later on I just go to effects once again, and I apply hard limiter. Apply, and it will cut the top, just not to overload the sound. So it cuts the top, and it's ready to go. Now we have like limiter, we have compressor, nothing more I need, and then I export this shit and you listen to it. So it's the process sound a little that you hear, but it's way better than the standard unprocessed, because it's calm. Sometimes it's speaking, sometimes not. So down we're taking notes, yeah. So that's the flow to get normal sound from lavalier microphone. I had to postpone my systems engineering degree a year. Wanted to do something positive instead of being snowed in Switzerland. Unfortunately, the snow followed me here. Admire how open the people are. May I ask in which canton you're living? No, I cannot openly say it. Let's say I'm living not far away from Zurich. Really not far away. But everything is close in Switzerland, right? Dennis, did you know that Romanian government has approved Romania building 15 kilometers of the highway in Ukraine? Yes. in the Chernobyl. Yeah, I heard about it. I think they approved 2 months ago or 3. Non-rechargeable batteries. No, rechargeable batteries, but still, like, I have this charger for them, and I ordered a different one. I ordered, let me show you. This is Tascam DR10L, small, but I like it as well, but I just don't like the batteries. That's the downside. And also, I don't know, I just want to try something else. And they already sent me it. I was waiting for this parcel. And that's my order. I just want to check out if there is no personal information. Looks like not. I ordered this one. That's the Tactical Track E. It's more expensive, but it has the battery installed, and yeah, it's very nice according to any sort of the reviews, and you have connection to your smartphone. That's the important thing. You have the special application. With this, you just have the box. But with the smartphone, you have more options to control the volume and everything. So this thing is way better. This recorder is way better. So I hope I'll be happy. Denys lives in Morocco? No. INCI, thank you so much for information. He said that this 3 version has not yet been confirmed, so we're gonna be updated pretty much soon. Oh yeah, it's Oreshnik. We have already the video. Yeah, it's Oreshnik. It's Oreshnik. That's the first video, guys. You see how fast they are going. And again, the conditions are similar as the first time in Dnipro. Cloudy weather and fire comes from the... Well, from what I see, like, there is nothing burning on the ground. Yeah? That's it. That's the mighty weapon. Right? Right. Just dummies flying down, that's it. So we know the place where it was. It's just blurred, but later on will be said. Hi, Christo. They're fast. Go deep into the ground, yeah. Oreshnik, yeah, Karamba. There's footage of missile, yeah. Internet blackout in Iran, yes. And it is not good because, modern generation, it's like TikTok or Zoomers or how to call them. Not even Zoomers, but who is next? Alphas. So they don't like that internet is being disconnected. Let's watch it once again. Yeah, really fast. If it is a nuclear warhead, it doesn't go to the ground. It explodes at some sort of the height, like some surface. It explodes, and the shock wave, for it to cause the most destruction, it needs to explode here. If it explodes at the ground, the shock wave is not that strong. So it's strong, yeah, the same energy, but it will not harm that much as kaboom on the top. And also if it explodes at the ground level, it will create some nuclear fallout, yeah. Way more than exploding in the skies. Iranian bots have internet 24/7. Maybe because they're not in Iran. Airburst. Yeah, airburst. Depends if it goes over the ground level, it will kick up more fallout. Yeah. That's what I say. But it doesn't work. It usually works on top because the most harm is done by explosion. Yeah, Oreshnik. Today in a video I told that Russia may use some Oreshnik missile. Maybe in the morning I will update you about this one. Some new pictures of the Lviv, some CCTV camera, and I'm gonna remove my image here. Move. And it's here happening here, you see. It's we saw the zoomed in image, now we see the full image, and it's already been published, so the location could be easily identified. I'm just taking the real information that is already publicly available. So some sort of the village, and Oreshnik is out there. As you see, the light didn't go off, so it wasn't the power plant compared to Oriol, yeah? 23:46, almost an hour ago, yeah? 50 minutes ago, 50 minutes. You see how snow it is in Ukraine, especially in the western side. Lots of the snow. What are we seeing? The Oreshnik, yeah. Middle range intercontinental ballistic missile. MRBM. Lviv has lots of the logistics hubs and training centers, and at least were located before. Yeah, in 2022, one of the training centers in Lviv was hit very hard. Yeah, and lots of the soldiers were killed. That's the stupidity of the Ukrainian command, actually. Yeah, it's Oreshnik, like Sadovy, the mayor of Lviv. Oh, we don't know whether it was Oreshnik. It was. It's already visible. Come on the video. It couldn't be anything else. Again, the dummy. Yeah, the warhead, the dummy. That's it. Dummy warheads. But Putin will report, we hit them hard. You'll see tomorrow. He will go on on TV and say, Oreshnik, once again. Once in 2 years, they fire Oreshnik. That's how they respond to Ukraine. For whatever reason. Sick people. Russians. What's the point of the use of Oreshnik? I don't know. Maybe for Russian propaganda. Because even Iskander, the standard ballistic missile, is more effective. Like it at least it has the warhead, some sort of the TNT there, I don't know, shrapnel, something. Oreshnik is just those dummy warheads flying, that's it. What is your postal address in Switzerland, Denys? Yeah, I should tell you my address, yeah. I should dox myself. Betsy, are you kidding me? I didn't expect those comments from you, honestly. Yeah, it's called Yavoriv. Yeah, military base in 2022 was attacked. Yeah, sadly, many people lost their lives. Yes, but tell me a few characterizations of Romanians and Hungarians. It seems though the mindset of a Ukrainian, but before the war and now what? Well, I don't have I don't speak with with Romanians or Hungarians. Like I don't have any sort of the mates from Romania or Hungary. So for me, those are just Eastern European countries. That's it, like average. I like Romania, nice nature, fantastic. Hungary is just a flat ground, nothing special. But Budapest is nice. I was there, beautiful city. I was thinking, but I think Russia might have some idea as may test rationing missiles to later put cluster munition. Train, it's not possible to put some cluster munition there. It flies on a high speed. It should be detonated on top as it programmed for like 500 meters, 1000, maybe 800 feet above the ground level to kaboom it as the with nuclear warhead. This missile was done to carry nuclear warhead. So the standard TNT will not work on this missile. With clusters, munition, no. It's too high speed. Rationing is very expensive, yeah. I think one missile, $80 million, maybe more, I'm not sure. Just very hot metal pipes, no explosives. Yeah, very hot and very fast moving. So this kinetic energy, yeah. They found out who is this guy, the shooter. Let's speak about this one for a while. Jonathan Davis Ross, his name. Brian tells here. Video showing killing of one of the Iranian regimes. We're gonna speak about it later. Like this guy was identified, and today J.D. Vance, like he went with the speech. I already listened to it. It was crazy. Like he called everyone who said that it wasn't a murder, that they're delusional, that it's the attacker who tried to kill the ICE agent. Crazy. Venu, who is following me? Venus Rabbit, thank you for following. Thank you. Welcome to the Twitch. So we see that also federal authorities, they're blocking the investigation of the state. It's gonna be just federal investigation. FBI is looking, and you understand, yeah. They try to cover everything. No, any sort of the evidence access was granted to the agency of the state. So basically, it's cover up, ICE operation, and they're gonna create more national division and fuckers like J.D. Vance there. They're out there. It's, yeah, American society is pretty much divided, but most of the people, they understand that it's murder. It's a cold-blooded murder. I want to try to find out some of the Trump today say that kind of the interesting stuff about the international law. And I'm trying to find it. It seems like I can't. The quote of the day. Who cares? He said something that he doesn't care about the international law. And then he was asked about what limits his power. He said he's humane or something like that. He doesn't want war or something. He doesn't want killings to happen, like, and he say that only he is the limiter for himself, for his own power, and he doesn't respect the international law. Also, United States have withdrawn from the multiple organizations, cutting, probably continue to cut its own power, soft power, because before they had the influence as the members of those organizations. And now not any longer. It's the same with the USAID. Yeah, Zelensky in the evening told that there should be a rationing strike, so he obtained the intelligence information. Yeah, it's mostly all about ICE. ICE is news number one. Then you Google Trump, it's all in the context with ICE. Yeah, President Trump declared on Wednesday evening that his power as commander-in-chief, like I'm gonna show you the screen, yeah, as commander-in-chief is constrained only by his own morality, brushing aside international law and other checks on his ability to use military might to strike, invade, or coerce nations around the world. Asked if wide-ranging interview with the New York Times if there were any limits on his global powers, Mr. Trump said, "Yeah, there is one thing, my own morality, my own mind. That's the only thing that can stop me. I don't need international law," he added. "I'm not looking to hurt people." Shit. My own morality, he stated. If the safety of the world depends on Trump's morality, we are fucked, because he has no morality. Zero. So actually he proclaimed that he has no limits in using military might to strike, invade, or coerce nations around the world. Jeez. The world right now is like rising stock. I hope it won't crash hard. Yeah, today I record the video. Like, everything shows us that it's gonna be something really terrible. He's at 3K likes, 300 million of people even. Maybe, yeah. Planet Donny. Yeah. Western Hemisphere. Trump will be jailed, maybe. Even the way how he states that, yeah. My own morality, my own mind, it's the only thing that can stop me. Well, Bullet could, but that guy missed. Just the fact. I'm not saying that it's good or bad. Just the fact that he missed. Could stop. Not just morality, I mean, yeah. Kinetic energy always in action. Oh, 3-year extension of ACA, Obamacare subsidies, just passed the House. 230 voted for and 196 against, with 17 Republicans joining all Democrats. Yeah, we have it. So Obamacare has been extended. 17 Republicans. I see that more and more Republicans, they're changing, swapping the sides. Yeah, voting for Democratic initiatives. And today, even in Senate, I think it was 53 yay and 47 nay for limit of the use of the American force in Venezuela. So it requires congressional approval, senators said. Senate, yeah, in Senate today there was also. Hope the next to do is, yeah. So, and Trump was angry about it, I think. I'll try to find it. This Trump's tweet. Yeah, this just a little want to speak about Osman Gold, how he said that it was a self-defense, that woman went there, it was her fault, she was shot, it was her fault. I think he was one of those few content creators, really popular ones, but Osman Gold is always like that. He is always this right, I'm not calling him white supremacist, but he is like this stupiditist, yeah, right stupiditist, and he's always like comments in this kind of the right wing, far right wing, from the far right wing perspective, let's say, yeah. And he recently stated that the problem of the world is democracy, and that the United States, they have the ability and the right to do whatever they want in the world, even if it means unaliving civilians. We're gonna reach the oil or something, like profit for the country. If it means the profit for our country, unaliving someone's civilians is okay. I don't know how Twitch didn't ban him yet. So, because his rhetoric is getting crazier and crazier. Maybe he's mad already, sick person, you know. I feel that then I sit in this room all the time, I also start to be like crazy, and he never goes outside, it seems like. And never washes. Cockroaches spread around his body and went to the brain. They are controlling him. Meaning in the House vote, it's basically just for a show. You think so? Yeah, it also depends on Senate, yeah? If J.D. Vance says it wasn't a murder, it actually was a murder. Yeah, we all saw it. He's a professional right-wing rage baiter, yeah. Symbiotron, yeah. Actually, it's interesting that Russian propaganda also takes, like in this case, they say that ICE is bad. Like this is a Russian news channel. Imagine this in your country or in Russia, a fully armed battalion assault and an unarmed woman in the United States. So they like take, they say the thing as it is right now, yeah? But they have their own interest in this. They have their own interest. Somehow they do not play this MAGA game any longer, maybe because they got the order from Putin to rage bait against ICE. Just, because Trump is not doing what Russia wants now. And all of the Russian bots, they start to tell that the ICE is bad. It's definitely bad, but they have their own reason to propel this narrative. Don't want Russians' help, yeah. If you perform certain songs which are critical, you end up in jail for years. Yeah, in Russia it's crazy. But the ICE thing doesn't exist in Russia. There is the Federal Immigration Service, but they do not do those raids against like massive raids. I told about it on my channel yesterday. Then I filmed about the case. So in Russia, it's not possible. Like they're not wearing this special military uniform, cosplaying soldiers, or kicking, pepper spraying everyone around. No, in Russia, it's not like that. There's lots of the shit happening in Russia, but ICE stuff, no. It's American thing. Dennis, but ICE didn't do those raid before Krasnov either. Yeah. I agree. Maybe like they did the raids, but they were like in Russia, they're very pointed to the specific area. There was the ICE before. Even the previous ICE manager, high director of ICE service, she condemned what ICE does right now. The deal is France is defending Greenland versus USA, but not Ukraine. No one will defend Greenland. Well, I would be surprised if someone would defend Greenland. I would be really surprised. Have you heard the news about bribes that they want to give to Greenlanders? I used to deal with ICE in my former life. I see how are they like? Are they really crazy or they're normal people like me and you? Like, I just don't know why people join this organization. There was a lot of ICE before. We talk about ICE age after all. I mean this ICE. Kidding? You could wing up with a military contract. Most didn't speak English. Come on, Hog. It's a joke, no? What do they speak? Russian? They can make 50 Greenlanders all millionaires. Yeah, they will help Greenlanders, but they will not help to resolve American issues just because they want to occupy someone's land. Fermented high. One thing that struck me with all it's that many of those ICE agents wear masks. Yeah. Won't even show their faces. Yeah, that's crazy. It's not happening in normal country. Well, in Ukraine it is happening. We have our how to say TCK, yeah, but even they are like the law now forbids them to wear the masks. Those people who conscript the other people for army. They also it's like ICE basically. They grab people from the streets, they put in a van and deliver to the army, let's say. The ICE only deliver people to the prison of Salvador. That's the difference. And they don't care who to grab, really. And I know the story with my mate. He escaped after all. He got 3 of the kids, and they are all below 18 years old. So he had a real paper that he is not going to army, because according to the law, he shouldn't go there. But anyways, he was dragged to the army by this TCK. And even Ukrainian soldiers, they don't like TCK. No one likes them. Yeah, that's the problem with motivation in Ukrainian army in general. And all of those corruption, they also play the role. So yeah, maybe it's the wrong comparison, TCK and ICE, but I'm telling you the things as I see it. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, we have new videos from Tehran, capital city of Iran. Interesting. Where is it? What is happening? It's hard to tell. Someone found the internet. Maybe Starlink? Is Starlink working in Iran? Interessant. Lots of they blocked the road. The main road. Looks like it will be hard to stop those protests for Ayatollah. I'm not sure, but it looks like it's different this time. Maybe. Again, I'm not sure, but it looks like it's... Lots of special units use face masks to protect their identity. Happens a lot in... It is completely normal. TVK 380. I think I should open their identity. Because they're like federal agents, public servicemen. You need to ident the guy, because everyone could approach you wearing masks, and that's it. Oh shit, the attack in Kiev. Yeah, again, residential block, that's the ring here. Some explosion happened. Yeah, residential building. Jesus Christ. So we see this, you see? That's the place where Oreshnik hit in Lviv. So maybe there is the fire, some fire, you see? The pink light. Why? RB Chicken Man. Hi. Hope you're doing great. Welcome to Twitch. Audience, I thought that then the girl was killed or not wearing the right clothing, and instead the protests were cut down with violence. They always are in Iran. You think that they will lead to nowhere? I mean, those protests happening now, I think that they're more massive than the last time. If they are wearing masks, assume it's killers, kidnappers, or rapers. Protect yourself. Yeah, that's what I'm talking like. You don't know who approaches you with a mask. You need to identify the public serviceman. It's not the special military operation against their own people. ICE, actually, they have very limited duties. Very limited. And without the real evidence that particular person is illegal immigrant or something, they cannot even approach him and question something, him or her. The protests in Iran have been going for a while now, haven't they? I don't think it can be stopped. Protests, yeah, I also like the general trend for the protests is to continue. People are not satisfied, even if Ayatollah will use weapons now to stop all of them. Still, this spring, it's already tied to too much. It will finally extend, and it will take Ayatollah out. It's just a matter of time, maybe. I hope this year protests will be successful. Yeah, of course, there is also a foreign influence, I'm sure about it. Mossad and everything. Now the channels are saying that it looks like the strike on Lviv Oblast was, the main aim was the gas storage. That's why we see the fire there, probably. A very specific selection of the target. It's just a demonstration of their own capabilities to show to United States. That's it, yeah. I think that's the main thing. In Kiev, it's more aggressive again. Again, lots of the drones we have. So the situation was published. Lots of the drones flying there. To Kiev, it was published 15 minutes ago. Again, residential building. One more thing, something. Yeah, residential building again. Lots of the drones flying. Shahids. How many Shahids they're producing? Like lots of them, right? Few hundred per day, maybe. I need to get more information about the Oreshnik missile to film the video about it tomorrow. I'll also share the stream on the channel. Let me find the site address. What? My national news, there are 100,000 Ukrainians without power and heating today. Yeah, especially in Dnipropetrovsk and Zaporizhia Oblast. Yeah, there are significant blackouts, really huge. I need to share my stream on my channel. Maybe more people will arrive here on the stream. You know, before I wanted to make this channel like not even to tell about it. I wanted to be like this, to have completely different audience, but I changed my mind. So now we have the cross audience, and this is the live stream channel, also the channel where I can speak about absolutely everything. Yeah. So I really like this activity. But you know, guys, recently I found out that we have the risks as the content creators. I will show you now what I mean. Stream. I just need to share it on Twitter too. Yeah, Twitter is the good thing if you follow some specific OSINTs and so on. So, I follow the guy. His name is Paul Wahlberg. Yeah, where is he? Yeah, Paul Wahlberg. And he created the post today. Yeah, you know his videos, yeah? I was inspired by it. So he films like this.
The situation in Venezuela has continued to develop. Several additional details have now come to light. And unfortunately, in light of these additional details, it's become clear to me that what is actually happening in Venezuela diverges very significantly.
So I also started to make those kind of the videos from the car, from elsewhere. Well, he keeps the camera very close. I put it a little bit further. I don't want my face to be like this close to the camera. I'm kind of shy guy. And today I got his post in my recommendations. He said, friends, the channel Begetayep Moya Seko. Fuck, what's the name of this channel? Like, how can you even came out with this name? Is not me. They're using AI to try to mimic my face and voice. To create videos, much are getting tens of hundreds of thousands of views. I'm disappointed in two things. That YouTube has done nothing about this despite the channel being reported several times. That so many people are fooled by what is very clearly AI. Once again, my only official YouTube channel is Geopolitics, or the channel The Heracles project and the Heracles project. Please join me and in the endeavor to report this channel, and let's stop following in stuff like this. So let's put it in a search and check out. So yeah, this is the channel. Begetaep Noya Seco, fuck. Or Noya Queso, fuck. And here are the videos. You know that he is pro-Ukrainian, Paul is pro-Ukrainian. But here they say why Trump's Venezuela victory is actually Putin's masterpiece. So he's like saying some Russian propaganda, yeah? Or what? What's really happening in Venezuela just shocked the world. The economic war that destroyed Europe. Why Putin's victory is complete, but no one admits it. So complete Russian propaganda. You see? They swapped his face, they used his voice. And let's watch some of the video. Like this one, 132,000 views. Trump just walked into Putin's most brilliant trap. Trump just walked into Putin's brilliant trap. Jesus Christ. The channel was like, the first video was posted 11 days from what I see. 11 days ago. And this one already has more than 100,000 views, 134. Jesus Christ.
Everyone is talking about Trump's bold move in
And
Venezuela.
this is AI.
Military advisors are calling it decisive leadership. The media is framing it as America finally taking action in its own backyard. But what if I told you that this entire operation isn't American strategy at all? What if this is actually the culmination of a 3-year trap that was set by Vladimir Putin?
Yeah, he's like moving like this a little. Yeah. He's like, pro-Russian videos are full. Yeah, so they use a pro-Ukrainian speaker. They put pro-Russian propaganda into his mouth. And that's it. It's all AI.
Executed with Chinese patience, and Donald Trump just walked
He even
straight
blinks.
into it. Most people are looking at Venezuela through the lens of traditional hemispheric politics. They see Maduro
He's like
as a problem that needed solving.
moving
They
very
see
strange.
American intervention as inevitable, and they see this as just another chapter in the long history of.
Yeah, it's understandable that it's AI, but it's very close, yeah? Would you agree that it's close? It's damn close. And this is here's a real video.
Very significantly from the official narrative and the official justification. And as you'll see, if you give me a chance to.
The voice is similar. Yeah, of course it's a real video, but you know, oh shit, that's my can here. Of course, it's in a few maybe years, in a year or two, it's gonna be like this, like real, yeah. Jesus Christ.
Everyone is talking about Trump's stunning victory in
Putin's masterpiece. Jesus.
Everyone is talking about Trump's stunning victory in Venezuela. Military analysts are calling Operation Absolute Resolve a masterclass in swift action. The media is celebrating the capture of Nicolas Maduro as proof.
I fooled myself once into Magyar videos, also AI videos, and but there was no visuals, like just his voice. It was so monotonous. I think we discovered it together with you on the stream. But this is the visual already.
Manipulation isn't the most sophisticated part of what we're witnessing. The most
Just
sophisticated
like
part
waving
is
the
how this
hands,
operation
like
solved
some sort of
Russia's
the
most
boxer,
pressing
right?
strategic problem while appearing to create a major Russian setback. Russia's most pressing strategic problem wasn't Venezuelan security. Russia's most pressing strategic problem was that American direct confrontation.
I wonder how much they pay for this AI, because usually it creates short videos, yeah? So they really pay to create those videos. Maybe Russians are doing. Maybe they want to create video of me. But with me, I have like Paul himself. He speaks like this monotonously. Yeah,
very significantly from the official narrative.
that's
and the
his
official
real video.
justification. And as you'll see, if you give me a chance to actually display these details, this is not a hard conclusion to come to. And if you give me the time, you will see the same thing for you.
I think he also process a lot his sound. It sounds not like from the like without any sort of the background noise, and it's like almost artificial sound. It sounds very clearly. His words are okay, but
yourself. What I want to do in this video is very cleanly lay out what these details are and compare them to the actual justifications that the U.S. is.
It was like the sound is recorded in some of the box, not out there in the environment, yeah, without those kind of the noises of everything.
Used for going into Venezuela and capturing Maduro.
So it's actually very easy to put this voice, yeah, and say that, yeah, would be cool if your AI is your alter ego. Would actually be fun, yeah. AI is the future of propaganda. Yeah, it's already, even with those shootings, you know, from every sort of the side, you know, with this guy who murdered that lady in a car, tons and tons of his images were shared online. It's just the AI image. He was wearing the mask till he covering his nose, so someone put his face and asked ChatGPT to create the possible image of the real guy, and ChatGPT just created that image, unreal image. There is no real photo of that guy still presented. He was a little looking like Jake, bro. Yeah, but don't tell to Jake. Who are they trying to win over with that? It's the pure propaganda, because they put Russian propaganda into the mouths of the pro-Ukrainian speaker. And so many people fell into it. So many. You see Putin's masterpiece. Here he tells absolutely completely different shit. And it's interesting what people write.
History of you.
China has like hope this is the beginning. Like no one says about, damn, you've been AI. Yes, at least someone. Brazil. Like mostly people comment on the stuff this AI guy says. Just one guy said it's AI. Good job, brother, yeah. They basically, you know, it's very easy actually to create this avatar. You put the information you want to tell about into ChatGPT. It creates the text, like give me the text for the video, which is 17.5 minutes long. Then you put this text as the prompt to AI engine, and it generates visual based on some sort of the YouTube channel. That's it. But again, Paul Wahlberg, he's in lack of.
Everyone's talking about China's
that's AI.
Very significantly from the official narrative. If this were happening in our neighborhood, not across an ocean, not on the other side of the world. So I want you to imagine a similar.
He is very good in storytelling, very good, and with following this thought throughout the video, you know. But he's kind of monotonous. I always listen to him in the headphones, yeah. Then I work out or something. Then I work out. Some people listen to the dance music or gym music. I listen to some of the updates usually to use later on in my videos as well. That's how I got inspired. But it only happens, like I do not watch for purpose update of Ukraine, from Ukraine, or geopolitics. It just, then I drive the car or work out. This proves the dead internet theory. I don't know. Bots replying to AI videos. Welcome in 2026. Yeah, bots creating videos, bots replying to videos. Definitely that internet. See you, Ryder. I listen to I the Tiger, then I Fitness. Oh my God, Scooter. Urgh. That's the awesome. I really like the metal cover on that one. History will be written and manipulated in real time by AI. Yeah. Steak rich. Thank you, Star Syllaber. Thank you. So for AI struggles, then you turn your head sideways, so videos facing straight on camera is giveaway. Ah. But for it's already that advanced that for most of the people, they think that they watch a guy, real guy. They do not put attention on details, so they just listen. They watch the videos, and instead they follow this some sort of the propaganda, and they also in a way pay for the views of the scammers and those people who use AI bots. That's not good. So definitely it's very bad for content creators. I'm not sure if I'll be AI'd. Maybe. Is it with me? It's not that easy compared to this guy. I think there are some of the videos of mine, but it's just a silly, not AI even, but some sort of the silly stuff. They took my voice, they took the part of the image, they put something in the background, and it's just no one watches that stuff. But with Paul Wahlberg, I think 130 with something thousand views. His video obtained recently. Not his, but AI video. That's a lot. I understand why he is so frustrated. But me, I put the map. It's understandable then, and I think I'm more emotional than Paul Wahlberg. So AI will be uncovered, for sure. My mimic, my gesture, in a way, sometimes part of the humor. So AI cannot do it yet. I never be done by AI. My accent is so bad to recreate. Yeah. I will AI you into the Soyuz spacecraft. Have you seen UATV English using AI? They use AI translation. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. I didn't know. Actually, I had the proposal to work with what? With United 24 on their YouTube channel. They work with some of the organization that does YouTube stuff, some sort of the mediator. But I refuse because they want me to create the same videos, but on their channel. Why should I need it if I already have my audience? Like, what's the thing? Like, people watch me, not them. For me, like, they might find, and I don't simply have the time to work for someone. And working for someone is the stupidest thing for me right now. Especially doing, like, I can work for someone. It's not a problem if I'll need. But why doing the same stuff and have some sort of the contract with? Yeah, it's not for me. Even with United 24, I do my stuff. I don't want to be dependent on anyone. Yeah, President Trump considers paying Greenlanders up to $100,000 per person to leave Denmark and join the United States. Jeez. I wonder about financing own programs for Americans. Did Oreshnik hit Lviv? Somewhere near. Someone made AI Denys video, but AI Denys was fat. I am still fat, but not that much compared to what I was before. Still on a diet. Still there. Okay, what we have? Oh, Jesus. On Kiev, there is the massive attack. Red Russell, thank you for support. Hey, Denys, could you read us some sinister Twitter Russian propaganda in that sinister Russian accent, please? Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it. That's the attack on Kiev now. From west, north, from east, north, east, from the south. Yeah, I have friends in Kiev. I don't know if they are hiding now. I warned them about the possible attack. They rarely check the news. Like I have a couple of the guys there. No, there is no response. Maybe I should write. Yeah, Kiev is the place which has been attacked the most, I would say, recently.
Блядь, это пиздец. Блядь.
Yeah. Okay, I got the response. Yeah, it's loud, they say. It's loud. 4 people are wounded in capital city of Ukraine. About Oreshnik, no other information. Just, the strike happened, that's it. Maybe some fire. As it was initially reported, gas storage. Propane, some gas storage for whatever reason. Denys, $20 support. Yay! They want me to read some of the Russian propaganda. Oh yeah, some multi-story buildings are hit as well here. Yeah, that's the Kiev left bank. I know it for sure because those are the buildings. I see the cars also on fire below. Yeah, could be casualties as well. Donny will never get the Nobel Peace Prize. Of course, and he's complaining about it a lot. Good evening, good morning, Makai Chim. Hi, welcome. I wonder what Russian propaganda says. Еще одно видео удара по Львовской области появилось в сети интернет. One more video of the strike on Lviv Oblast appeared in internet. Yeah, the aim of the Oreshnik was the gas storage. And they showed the same video. That's what they share on their channels, Russian propaganda. This Slovenian izdanie, it means newspaper, yeah. Objective posted the title of the photograph of Donald Trump as he looks like Adolf Hitler. That's interesting. Trump gets Greenland in 4 easy steps. Yeah, they quote Politica. Iran, they also share this information about internet complete cut that happened today.
We have many yards opening.
I guess my advice to European leaders and anybody else would be to take the President of the United States seriously. What has he said about Greenland? Set to the side the crazy overreactions that I've seen from the press and from certain people in Europe. What has the President said? Number one, Greenland is really important, not just to America's missile defense, but to the world's missile defense. Number two, we know that there are hostile adversaries that have shown a lot of interest in that particular territory, that particular slice of the world. So what we're asking our European friends to do is to take the security of that landmass more seriously, because if they're not, the United States is going to have to do something about it. What that is, I'll leave that to the President as we continue to engage in diplomacy with our European friends and everybody on this particular topic. And again,
J.D. Vance is freaking idiot. Yeah, Solovyov propaganda is not. Sometimes it's like really propaganda, but sometimes they just quote, and it's enough. For example, they quote even Western media. Then reported noted Xi regarded Taiwan. Trump said that Xi probably will not start attack on Taiwan, but maybe later after Donald Trump's presidency. Yeah, I don't need international law. I'm not looking to hurt people. That's we already read. They even share the information about protests in Iran. Solovyov, Russian propaganda. Yeah, Russians are disappointed. You see the reaction, like, oh, what is happening? Not many people like this, but I liked. Like, mostly they're copy-paste, yeah, and sometimes they put something, some propaganda. So I follow this, like, Russian Solovyov, 1.2 million followers, because they just copy-paste the general news information. It's the light propaganda, but there is some strong propaganda, like, for example, this Kirill Fedorov military blogger showing that expect a nuclear strike next year, expect a nuclear strike the next year. And they show Medvedev in the red button. Expect a nuclear strike. That's the pure freaking shit. Geranki are in Kiev. I show it to translate, auto-translate to English already. That's the pure propaganda. And they show frontline images, like from the Russian perspective, yeah. Mostly I show Ukrainian images, and some Russians are also successful with their strikes. Sometimes I show them too. And they are again disappointed about protests. in Iran, very angry. But they share those videos, it's interesting. Yeah, lights on the building, so likely people there. Yeah, likely people are there. That's sad. On my second day as dictator, I promised to have all billionaires shit jelly beans for at least one day. Okay. Also, I follow this channel on Telegram. It's called Війна в Україні, втрата техніки. So it's war in Ukraine, losses of the vehicles. And they share like recent losses, not recent losses, sometimes archive photos that were just published after many years. They also share, like for example, this one, some Russian convoy in 2022 looks like, yeah, that's the Russian BMP-2. Tor that I say today on the video, this one. Some Russian tank. It was trophied. But probably it's also archive video. Yeah, from 2022. But some of the new videos are also there. Like this one in 2026, so a couple of days ago, right? Some of the drone was hit by Ukraine. Trophy drone. This is December 2025. Some of the video of something happening. This is just before the snow. Some vehicles. Road of hell. This is a fresh video. Donetsk Oblast, but also before the snow. And this is October. And that's Ukrainian Humvee. Yeah. Rubicon, a very capable unit, Russian unit. Mining metal has never been easier. Yeah. That's fine. I got nothing against it. Just keep it to yourself and don't try to convince my guests or your beliefs. What? Building. I can wait for the year 2028 in the United States. Then there will be a new election. I hope so, that there will be a new election. Who knows what it's gonna be in a few years, guys. We live in so unstable world. The Bloomberg published the information. Okay, I'll translate to English right away to tell you. Come on, translate. Today, Bloomberg reported that United States Intelligence Chief Tulsi Gabbard was dismissed from planning the operation to remove Maduro due to her past public statements against the United States military intervention in Venezuelan affairs. Vance also previously advocated for diplomatic solution to Venezuelan case, thus being an opponent of the hoax in Trump's circle, led by Rubio. Presumably, this is why Vance wasn't in the Situation Room. At the same time, the operation to capture Maduro went well. So they don't trust their own cabinet. There is the conflict of the interest within America, Trump's circle. Really? They say Tulsi Gabbard is, but they keep her at her position. Yeah. That's interesting. So Kiev is under attack. Lviv was hit by a rationing. Russia is showing its mighty, mighty power. As it thinks it's mighty, but it's not. Comfort Town in Kiev was hit. Jesus. That's the Comfort Town. I know this place. We had the airline office not far away from this area. That's the block of the colored, like the buildings, they're colored in different colors. Red, green. This one is yellow, blue. So it's called Comfort Town. And Russia hit it once again. Левобережный район, district. Левобережный district. 2 of 3 of the cabinet don't want to be hung. Well, Trump is paranoid. Sign of dementia. Yeah. Really. I think he has some dementia or something. Or impaired mind. Thinking. He is very strange. Yeah, we have the information like senior officials with the White House purposely excluded the United States Director Tulsi Gabbard from planning related to operations against Venezuela, against Maduro, let's say. Since last summer, according to people knowledge, as President Trump and his national security team huddled last week as Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida to make the final preparations. President Trump isn't particularly close with Gabbard, a senior administration official said, and wanted to limit the number of the people who knew about the mission. She didn't need to know about it, the official further said Gabbard. And Gabbard tweeted, #2022, my heart is filled with gratitude, aloha, and peace. Shit. They thought she would tell Putin. Yeah, of course she would tell. And Putin would tell Maduro, and it will be the crap operation. Local informers must know. So what about Hexet with the Yemen? Not sure. Danish politicians are calling for German and French troops in Greenland to deter the United States. Conservative MP Rasmus Jarlov said that it would be wise to welcome allies so that the price of the military invasion for Americans would be extremely high. Yeah, that's the right thing to do, but they will not do it. They will not do it. They will not do it. Yeah, one more building in Kiev is on fire. The top floor, like 8s and 9s, were hit also on the side. Fucking Russia. And Dugin tweeted today, you see, Russia is obligated to do something horrible to restore her credibility. It is very sad that we have to use such kind of arguments, but we have no choice. Only brutality, force, mass destruction, and cruelty do matter in Trump-like world. Either you hit first or you're dead. Russian Nazi mad. Yeah, Dugin. You see? That's shit. That's the Russian piece. Denys, you're wrong. I understand we're not helping Ukraine with manpower. Do you think we wouldn't? Denys, you're wrong. Why I'm wrong? What about thing? Ukraine with manpower, so you think we wouldn't help Denmark, but France and UK will? They do? Nah, come on. They will not. They will do shit. I'm sure about it. They will not protect Greece. No one will. Even Denmark will not protect it. Come on. They Europeans are weak. It's already understandable. No one will sacrifice lives for Greenland. Prove me wrong. Like, only time will prove that I'm wrong, but I think like that. Fishface77, hi. It's likely more complicated than just trust. Likely they did not participate, so that is public opinion is bad. It won't affect their future political chances. Maybe. Hi, Ozzy. Hi, how are you doing? What do you think is the relationship between Donald and Putin behind the curtains? It's kind of the strange relation. I recorded today the video about that one. For now, they're at the hate stage. Yeah, there is some sort of the mutual respect. You may call it love sometimes. You may call it hate. There is the thin line between love and hate, but it's not that consistent relation, I would say. But Trump would like to have this respect and everything from Putin, but he sees Putin as a little bit down. Yeah, he wants to get control over everything. Now, the relations, like how to describe relations if Trump agreed to capture Russian oil tanker, like you cannot call it cooperation, yeah, at least. This is funny to read now already. We call on Washington to immediately cease its unlawful actions against the Marinera, that's the tanker, and other vessels engaged in lawful activities. It's the shadow tanker fleet. They disobey the law, but they call for law actions. That's what about Russia, yeah? Activities on high seas, we reiterate our demand that the United States ensure appropriate treatment of the Russian citizens. And that's fun. Yeah, that's the gas storage. It's mostly underground in Lviv, 70 kilometers from the border with Poland. It was hit today, allegedly, by Oreshnik. Oh, some of the breaking news we have. The United States Navy is pursuing several sanctioned oil tankers that fled Venezuelan waters and in an apparent attempt to overwhelm a United States naval blockade. So they tried to penetrate this blockade by several vessels simultaneously, and it's published 6 minutes ago. The United States Navy is pursuing several. We're gonna see like Pirates of Caribbean Sea, yay! I hope those are the Russian tankers or the tankers of the Russian Shadow Fleet. Maybe Putin is going to launch more of the Oreshnik. Just look at this face, fuck. Oh, shit. I should save it for tomorrow's thumbnail, maybe. In Russia, there is no such word as appropriate treatment. Yeah. 100%. This is a great photo of him, yeah. Trump would say, oh, it's a very bad photograph. Empty Oreshnik. Some war correspondents write that this is the empty blanks like the last time. Yeah, of course. So like empty Oreshnik was launched once again. So then we heard some of the extra warning from Zelensky as it was the last time, and from Embassy of the United States. It's about something unique, yeah, of those strikes. Oreshnik in this case. Well, there are lots of the protests lately in the United States about ICE actions. No, we have the video of the Shahid hitting this building. Jesus Christ. Yeah, the top floor. It flies and it hits. Yeah, the top floors, they're like kind of dangerous to stay in, to live in. One more video of Oreshnik. Yeah, it's just as the last time. Maybe cause some of the fire, from what we understood. But not a significant thing. Again, Caliber and Zircons missiles. The launch happened, as channels say, and it will be in the Ukrainian airspace in around 1 hour and a half. Over Kiev. Yeah, Caliber missiles will be 30-60 minutes. Cruise missiles, some say. And the same videos of Oreshnik and the rest. Yeah. Those are the world news and events we have now. Old mine made into the gas storage. I'm not sure, maybe. So there is the drug trafficking. I thought it was about the oil, but it's about the drugs. Looking up like narcos links to cocaine trade. You mean Venezuela, it's all about oil, he said himself, Donny. JD will save United States as Jesus did. Yeah, JD Vance. Do I look like JD? I think I should eat more because I am thinner than him right now. Something like that. Because I got the comments that I look like JD with a beard. That's the reason for me to shave it off. Then I'll drop some kilos. Yeah, rationing that was used was without any sort of the warhead, like it was the dummy warhead. If Russia used ballistic missile, there could be better effect. Missiles that supposed to carry nuclear warheads, like a rationing, are not used according to their direct use. I'm translating it. So Russia just wasted lots of the money. Yeah. Yeah, the 10 of the calibers fired cruise missiles. They fire from Novorossiysk port, maybe, or from Crimea, from submarines. Yeah, more ballistic missiles towards Kiev. I'm writing to my friend. Hope everything will be all right. Yeah, ballistic missiles are flying towards Kiev. Yeah, okay. In shelter. That's good. That's good. That they're in shelter. It's good. My apartment, it has like, I live in multi-story apartment, and we had the parking in the ground floor. It was my height place. Then I was in Ukraine. It was terrible, really. You know, I had a small daughter by the time she was small. Small, I mean little. Yeah, you know, young, very young. So, you know, every night there were strikes, attacks, drones, and we went downstairs. You cannot sleep there normally, and that is better than to stay in apartment, of course. Where's JD? We didn't see him a lot. Well, he was with his public address saying about bad Europe or something, and good eyes. 2 missile carriers have been deployed to the Black Sea for combat duty. Yeah, they already fired. Here is JD Vance. The last thing Russian oil tanker sees. Yeah. Yeah, calibers have already been launched. Oh my god, some off topic. You can really pump. Oh shit, there's the loud music. I'm sorry. You can blow the lizard. You can freaking blow the lizard. Just imagine this kind of the lizard. Oh shit. And inside the ears, you see, it's crazy. Blow the lizard. Oh, that's the funniest thing I see today. Why do I have this in my recommendations? Come on. Erica Kirk is creepy as Vance. Yay. Looks puffy like... yeah. Do you have pets, guys? Actually, there was the time I wanted to have some sort of the spider. I'm afraid of spiders, but if it is secured in the area, so why not? I don't want to pet it, but yeah, I'm afraid, like really afraid of spiders. But if the spider stays in the same place, in the aquarium, it's okay. They're helping it shed its skin. Yeah. That was AI. No, it's not AI, Lizard. Come on. And you saw, the deer today on my Ukrainian update video. It's crazy. That one was hilarious. I think I'm gonna find it on this channel of Andrew Perpetua. Yeah, this one. Then the first time I saw it, it's like, what the hell this guy is doing? Like, everything was normal. Yeah, then he was like, oh. And the drone operator, I think he doesn't see this deer because it's the same color. Yeah, how can you see this deer? You just fly the drone. And then... That's the funniest probably drone video of this war. Hi, Xaldrin. Hi. Hey, deer. The deer was freaking lucky. It was close call, you see? Zoom. Then the Ukrainian soldier will be asked by command, why you lost the drone? My drone was deered. Jeez. I wonder why it jumped. Why this freaking deer like, was everything normal? Then, hooah! You fly here? Gonna nail you down. Like, this football player. Then they jump. Ronaldo jumps 2 times higher than he is. Yeah, today we spoke about it. On my video, it was hilarious. At the very end, just for laugh, it was fun. Russia's secret weapon, yeah. I want to see it from up close. Just imagine how our drone operator, how he was surprised. Flying, the deer. That's hilarious. Lots of the emotions, I guess there were. Keep your channel about launching this crazy world. What? It's better now than they jump in front of your car. Yeah. Seems like they don't understand what they're doing here, those deers. It's explosives. It's the drone. What are you doing? Vroom. Like this. It's me. It's John Cena. Did you see the United States Embassy released? Yeah, I already filmed the video and published it a couple of hours ago, saying about it. The statement about Areshnik already has been fired. Xaldrin, welcome to the Twitch. Thanks for joining. Following. It's better to say, yeah, following. And about those Starlinks, like, what is happening? Then they put Starlink on a horse. Oh, one more horse video we have. Now they try to cooperate. 2 freaking Russian soldiers on 1 horse. Poor horse. Really poor horse. The weight it carries. Jeez. There is one more. Daddy Hodge, thank you for a subscription. Thank you. Thank you, Daddy Hodge. Nice to meet you. Like, what the hell? Why they go together? No, this is crazy. This is electronic warfare. I use it for the thumbnail. Electronic warfare on a donkey. That's shit. Goes Uzbek cavalry. Come on. Uzbekistan is nice. But this Starlink is crazy. Oh, I forgot to say about Sweden that it supplies, or yeah, Sweden officially transferred 26 Archer and out of 44 promise, so 14 to go. Awesome. Yeah, 44? 14, no, not 14, 18. Yeah, this is the cowardly. So Starlink.
Вот так установлен Starlink.
Why do they freaking... Why this Russian commander needs this freaking video?
Здесь крепление переваривается немного выше, чтобы по жопе не било. Затем подсумок.
Battery, like lots of the... Like there is a lot of the stuff. They use internet freaking connection for the Starlink, power bank.
Под этот powerbank. Провернись немного сюда.
And camera.
Телефон с камерой. Дверь сделали. Вроде нормально. На втором его тоже переделали.
Why? Like why?
Здесь будет также вот второе седло.
Maybe those are Wi-Fi spots on a horses. I don't know. They go somewhere. This cavalry. Yeah, they go with the cavalry. Yeah, mobile donkeys. Yeah, like Wi-Fi spots. Yeah, maybe that's the only solution. But why do they need the camera? Like, is it all for the camera? That is not Starlink. It's a mule. Cyber horse. Yes, cyber horse indeed.
Вставляется, все пробовали. Нормально подсумки сюда сделаем.
I wonder if Jake Bro published the video. Did he? Russia launches Oreshnik live. Greg Terry experience. Oh, you see, it's 3.9 people watching him. He's doing very great. He started, I think, not long time ago.
Guys that are fighting down here in this area. We're trying to finish Pete's dream. So please feel free to donate to that. We need to get that finished so I can get Ma Rose on here. And she wants to tell everybody thank you for finishing Pete's work there.
He's like this broadcaster. I'm far to reach actually this level of streams. Then you just tell, like broadcast, yeah, the information. Here it's more like blah, blah, blah with subscribers, with the chat, nothing special. But like the enforcer, they do it very professional, like blah, 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 blah about the information. But I think it's not my style. I try to be more relaxed and more engaged with the audience. I think so. And that's why my streams are kind of clumsy. So I'm not this TV show broadcaster or podcaster. I can film the usual videos like that, blah, 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 blah. But streams, I think it's more about communication for me with the chat.
It'll never be finished, but completing his dream and fulfilling it. So thank you for
I like
that.
this
So
style
that's what's
better.
happening there.
Okay.
Now, I want to switch gears for you just a moment. I'm going to read to you guys straight off of...
But you see the numbers, yeah? Maybe people don't like it. I prefer your streams. Thank you. Denys is more personal. Enforcer is MAGA. Really?
Of tasks. David L. Thank you, sir. I was able to catch this one coming through right at the time that Russia had tonight.
Yeah, Greg, like the thumbnails are crazy of his. Like as for me, it's a mess. Like it's too much. But anyways, he has like okay views and he is out there Like, what's his oldest video? 18 years ago? No. I mean about Ukraine. He filmed something else. And I think 1 year he is filming like constantly or not. Daily Report? Oh no, 2 years ago. But just recently I got this his video and recommendations.
The city of Bakhmut. Let's start by looking at the Red X.
Why wasn't
Red
he
X
that
there
popular by the time?
is
The
a
Bakhmut
bridge
battle.
that comes in on the only other road that
He's like they all say like it more professional, like the way how they communicate with audience, way more professional than me. By the time I had a shitty microphone, but I had so many views. Then there was Bakhmut, Ukrainian counteroffensive. I wonder why those guys, like native speakers with a great English, why they don't have those kind of the views as I had. Very strange. Yeah, now my views are going down, but still. Yeah, from there, the guy wasn't... I see, Jim. Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's why they're not, like, my views are down, because I'm not from there any longer, like... Well, do not get Denys started on mics. Yeah. Rotus, you can... Likeable. Back in the coast because we were real and info wasn't super polished. I see. Thank you, guys. I sometimes watch this guy, Capt Army. I'm very happy that he has his separate channel now, not the Task and Purpose. I thought the Task and Purpose was his main channel, but now, no, he was working for someone. And with the Capt Army, I think he has better perspectives. And just look at the views he has. 4.1 million about Maduro's raid. It's crazy.
A standoff between a Russian nuclear attack submarine and a U.S. Navy SEAL team in the Northern Atlantic. And it's bigger than that, because starting this past year, other Western nations like the UK, France, Germany, and Estonia have all started a global crackdown against these illicit tankers by intercepting and boarding them. The Shadow from the Caribbean into the Atlantic Ocean. The crew on board quickly changed its name while fleeing. They changed it to the Mariana. One rusty tanker, you have to zoom out, because the so-called shadow fleet of sanctioned oil tankers has become really a strategic level asset for Russia, Iran, and Venezuela. It's called the Ghost or Dark Fleet, but what it refers to is about 500 tankers and 500 support ships that go along with it that make up this armada of 1,000.
He has a very nice voice, storytelling, constant tempo for his videos. I think that's why people, and also military experience he has, so he's competent about it. Syria, thanks for subscribing. Thank you. I like Capt Army. I watch him. Yeah, he's nice. The Enforcer brother actually give me a little hope for the generation behind me and guys like Cappy. I like Cappy's price. It's a bit like Denys Army. What is Denys Army? Just not in MMA fangirls. He is annoying. Why? Cappy was a striker crew member. Yeah. He's a nice guy. You know, he went to Kursk. Maybe it was his visit of Kursk on the previous channel. Maybe. He also does some of the reviews, like, still, you know, very capable analysis, I guess.
Ukrainian infantrymen pop out of a trench field, and the first thing that stands
visualization, particular battles, you know, CGI stuff.
Around 600 millimeters versus that.
But he's not working alone. That's what he told. Then he moved. Even SQC, you see, record the reaction on his video.
Cool tank video.
Hill. Before we get into the crazy below the turret, which is likely around 50 millimeters
Onto the thing, like what he said.
clicks away.
Yeah, so maybe I should also like
Ukrainian
record the
infantrymen
streams on reaction streams on some videos. Yeah. Sivdiv is nice guy. Oh, by the way, he published a new video 9 hours ago. He has 1.4 million subscribers. That's crazy. What is he doing here? The hard truths Iraq veterans learned in Ukraine.
As much as I'd love to go and say that my experiences in Syria and Iraq are completely usable inside of Ukraine, just not the case. So today we're going to take a look at some of the tactics that we had to change, us Iraq and Syria veterans, when we were going to Ukraine. And the first one I have to mention, especially as a guerrilla fighter, is that instead of thinking of ourselves as a hunter, we have to think of ourselves as the target. Air dominance in modern warfare is a very strange thing. Everybody's got it. So whereas us as guerrilla fighters or typical military patrolling the streets of Baghdad, instead of seeking out a target, your mind is overwhelmed by you being the target.
I don't like that he put the sound on the background. I would like to hear just his voice because there is some music like this very bumpy hard.
Next is overvaluing small unit movement. When I came to Ukraine, I
I would like to hear his voice more louder because I put it on a loud and still there is annoying music. But overall, like short video, it's nice, good to watch.
Experiences where that movement was an advantage. That was something that you could use against the enemy. Nowadays, in modern warfare, movement is oftentimes a death sentence. If you're outside for more than 5 minutes, something's going to be coming at you. So what I had to learn is that staying put, not moving at all, is sometimes the best answer, especially in a positional defensive attrition war.
Yeah, you see, like also the guys who came from Iraq, volunteers, Foreign Legion, they say that this war is very, very different. It's first of all, it's the full-scale war, like a Second World War, with all of the possible military equipment in use except nuclear weapons. Also from the enemy side, because Iraqis, they didn't have lots of the stuff that Russian army has. Plus drones.
We didn't have to deal with much artillery back then. Of course, the adversary had mortars and artillery, but they did not use it in the same scale as Ukraine. 17 million shells since the war began. We knew that artillery mattered, but Ukraine showed us that it's the primary killer, not just supporting fire. This is the first time in decades that we've actually seen it in its full potential. Another one is that I had really bad habits coming from Iraq. Of course, we weren't too complacent. We had drones in the sky as well. I was lucky. I had exposure to drones before coming to Ukraine. But for the guys who came from the US military background or such, they had a hard time dealing with the air above them being a threat. It was years of built up bad instincts that Ukraine punished within seconds of them being on the...
Yeah, Ukraine, he says, like Ukrainian territory. He said that in Ukraine there's the enemy artillery. Iraq is, he said they had it, but they didn't use it massively. Also drones, yeah, absolutely. Even the Ukrainian war evolved with some time since 2022, yeah. In 2023, the full-scale attacks were possible, convoy attacks, even Ukraine did that. But now, just Russia in agony are trying to reach some sort of the Pokrovsk or previously gained positions. Then they had the order from Gerasimov, oh, we need to take Kupiansk, go with every force possible. Or Dobropilya direction, where they had to backtrack. Now they're wasting so many vehicles. Jesus. But it's already the different time, the time for the drones, and it brings them losses, nothing more.
And in Iraq, we had mountains, we had valleys that we could hide under from the drones, from the jets. But Ukraine showed me that we can't trust terrain concealment too much. In all the previous wars I was in, terrain hid us. We had the tunnels, we had the mountains, we had everything. But nowadays, each side of the war in Ukraine have every position marked, and it's pre-designated for a glide bomb to glide in. And of course, I'm a big believer in adapting and improvising, should be pretty clear, because in Iraq and Syria, that's what saved us. That's how we fought our war. But at least at this point in the war, Ukraine needs repeatable, proven combat systems, not clever one-offs anymore. Of course, there's room for experimentation, but for the regular drone team, the regular infantry squad, we need proven systems that'll help us on the battlefield. We can't always be experimenting like we were in Iraq and Syria. The next is patrolling timeline. So yeah, patrols were a very normal part of my time in the Middle East. But now
I think that in Ukraine patrols are done by the drones. I think so. Like, how can you walk like that?
patrolling is a designated job in Ukraine, basically. SSO teams, guys that are going into the gray zone, seeking out the enemy or reconnaissance patrols. That is a designated job for a very specialized group of guys. So of course we're gonna have to do.
It's not like regular military personnel. Reconnaissance groups, okay.
Drone recoveries, we're gonna have to go out a couple hundred meters, but your job as an infantryman has changed from patrolling every day to staying in a stagnant position for a couple weeks. It's pretty bare bones what their job is at this point, which was a very big struggle for us Middle East vets going into Ukraine. And the next is underestimating how fast information travels. On any section of the front line, there are dozens of individual FPV teams or drone teams that have sensors that give them live feed of exactly what's going on in the front line. No longer is it the Air Force that you call up or the helicopter that'll come in a couple hours. So there's barely any room between detection and getting targeted. And of course, experience matters. I talk about this on my channel a lot, but adapting is much more important. We had a lot of veterans from the Middle East wars go to Ukraine, including myself, and we had experiences that could help us. But time and time again, I would watch a lot of these veterans come in. They would say, we have to do it this way. This is what kept me alive in this previous war. But the Ukrainian soldiers that I met on the front line, the guys who haven't been in the Middle East, but only in this positional war, they're the ones who are alive. They're the ones who have been on the front line for 100 days plus.
Yeah, that also raises the question, then the Ukrainians are going for some sort of the studying in NATO training camps. Is it really worth it? Because now Ukrainian army, I guess, it has the most of the experience of the real positioning fight. And NATO maybe should learn from Ukrainian army because it's the active military experience. You cannot train it just like that in some of the Danish or German or UK military camp. It's not possible. Like you may have like these basics of how to use different types of the weapons, Western made, artillery, HIMARS, small arms, but the actual logic of the fight, it's only Ukrainians nailed it, I guess, already, and they may teach NATO in how really to fight with their weapons.
Of the year. They know what's best. So adaptability, being able to drop your ego, take away your pride, and listen to the guys around you who have been on the front line, that's super important. The next is assuming rear areas are safe. You're fine. You're back at the fob. You can take off your shirt, you can stand outside, work out, do whatever you want. No, not anymore. Ukraine doesn't have a rear area. There's shaheeds everywhere. If you slip up once with what you post online or what you talk about, you'll be punished for it. In Iraq and Syria, we had our time alone. We had our time to decompress, figure everything out. So I know for other veterans as well as myself, that cumulative stress that you get from a front line like Ukraine is trauma-inducing. It's bad. Sometimes you'll be out there for weeks and it's constant artillery barrages. There's no time for you to take a break. It's not until you're 20 kilometers off the front line that you can actually take a sigh of relief. It is unrelenting in modern combat. System level pressure with a couple 15-minute breaks in between. For a week in the front line, about every 30 minutes, you're praying to God that the next mortar shell isn't gonna land in the entrance. You pray to God that that drone that flew over you isn't for you. There's no break. It is so stressful, at least for me. It's sad for all of us legacy infantrymen to go and see what modern combat has become. You could be the most prepared guy with many years of experience, get out there on your first day and get struck by an FPV because the guy on your team doesn't have a shotgun, because your uniform leaked a little bit of thermal and now you got artillery coming on you. As much as we hate to say, wars don't revolve around the infantry anymore. Wars now revolve around sensors, logistics, production, and replacement, not just infantrymen on the battlefield. And the next is assuming that medevacs are fast. Yeah, you're getting a medevac. You're hit. Oh man, we're gonna come in there with 5 Humvees, get you out of there, Casavac. No, that doesn't work anymore. If you bring in a diesel truck with 200,000 miles on it, every grad system, every SPG gunner is gonna try and kill you. Time is of the essence, but if you're injured and there's 5 fiber optic FPVs waiting on the one road that medevac can come down, you're staying there, dude. Like, you're gonna have to figure it out. You're gonna have to crawl your way out. This happens. And of course, there's a bunch of small things too. Poor dispersion habits, habits, ignoring overhead concealment and cover, noise discipline, poor radio complacency. There's a lot of small things, small habits that really make the difference in Ukraine that become pretty clear on your first time in the front line. Standing around vehicles. How many times do we just kind of chill next to our vehicle? Even under drone surveillance, we wouldn't really hide the vehicles too well. And we would stand next to the vehicle. We'd fix your pop tire in the middle of a road. We didn't really care too much. Whereas if you did the same thing in Ukraine, you're donezo. Every vehicle that comes by, it has a strong thermal signature, it's got the headlights on at some points, and there's a lot of cheap munitions that want to destroy you. So that's a bad habit you have to get through. Vehicles are death magnets. Any death imaginable, it's coming at you, and it's seeking you. So yeah, there's tons of different things that we had to go and change up, but these are a couple of them, and it's important to go and say, because I still see a lot of militaries around the world not adapting and thinking in the past. So I just gotta give my 2 cents. That's what I do here. So I hope you guys learned something.
It's the hell on earth, what he described, really. Jeez. You cannot hide, you cannot move, you can... Oh, shit. That's the worst, I think. Combat possible. Ooh. Nothing as he was describing before from his previous experience in Iraq. Ah, that's difficult. And indeed, yeah, the skill zone, it expanded with the help of Lancet drones, Shahid drones, which are now being controlled also via FPV. Ukraine uses FP2 drones. So, yeah, casualties. And Medevac, he said, yeah, that in the Iraqi war, okay, we need to evac. Humvee comes. Here, it's sometimes not possible. I guess in many of the times not possible. That's why Ukraine comes out with the drones, ground drones for evacuation. But again, those are the targets for Russia, for their drones. Jeez. Yeah, and the drone operators are also not safe. If you've seen Dylan's video, Dylan Burns, they're also the prey for the Russian drone operators. So it's drone war elsewhere. Everything of that is... This war is different, very, very different. It is evolving also itself, as I say to you. The war in Ukraine is not what it was 2 years ago, 1 year ago. It's evolving. Mostly to the drone component. Drones, missiles, long-range tools. Yeah. I forgot to say in today's video. Ukraine hit the Russian tanker. Yeah, I forgot to say about it. Jeez, how could I forget about it? But it's okay. I'll tell about it tomorrow, in tomorrow's update. Yes, how you casualties of Ukraine hear about Russian losses but never heard about Ukraine doing? Why? Just divide Russian losses by 3 times. Usually in defense, you lose 3 times less as a book. So you may have... Sound pretty bad? Sounds pretty bad. Yeah, so in defense, you lose 3 times less. Usually. So it's like that. Then you take on Canadian government, good example for EU countries. Huh? What do you mean? How is this channel called? CDIV. I will show you. CDIV, sorry. That's how it's called. The guy who is fighting or used to fight in Ukraine, I know what he's doing now. CDIV, a veteran of Iraqi war. Cheers, my friend. Putin is a condom. Yeah, William. Yeah. Just like every other new weapon and tactic in the history, countries will develop. Yeah, Russians mostly have their wounded to die, so their deaths a lot higher again. Yeah. Like in some areas, the losses, Russia loses 8 times more soldiers. Freaking 8 times. Oh shit, that's the interesting video. The dark, fuck what? The dark reason some soldiers switch sides. I remember this picture. He was arrested in Ukraine, this volunteer from UK, I guess. Maybe he will tell us.
Ross David Cutmore. I met him. Didn't know his full name. Barely even knew him. But I met him. We were in Syria together in the YPG. And now, why am I talking about him? He's all over the news right now. He was a foreign instructor in Ukraine, and he was arrested on allegations. All right, these are all allegations that he was working for the FSB and was connected to multiple murders of politicians and activists in Ukraine. Ukrainians, not only supplying the assassins with weapons that they needed, but also taking photos of the military installation that he was working at as an instructor, and a couple other things. You can read about it online. But besides that, I want to go and talk about a little bit of his background, though. What I know, were we good friends? No. Did I speak to him after Syria? No. He was in the YPG. In the media right now, they don't know the full story. They even have a photo of him with the Kurdish uniform on, and even a Kurdish patch, a YPG patch, on his sleeve. But they don't make that connection. So they just say that he was possibly in the British Army before, and then he was deployed to the Middle East. The full truth, it seems, is that he tried the British military, he didn't go all the way through with it, and then he went to the YPG. Now, my only time running into him was when he got back from operation, and he was with Zafar on that operation in Syria during the last days of ISIS. I'm trying to remember back to then, but I think he was in a 2-story or 3-story house, and he was shooting outside of a window with Zafar on his right side. Now, an RPG came through, hit the wall behind him, and then peppered his right leg with tons of shrapnel. I think about 200 pieces. Now, the time that I met him was when I was in the academy. I had just gone to Syria about a month prior, and the guys from Operation rolled up, and he was with them. Fresh out of the hospital, just a day out. He was white in the face from blood loss, and with the help of his friends, he was able to get over to us, and then he sat down on the curb, and yeah, he seemed pretty out of it, because he had just endured quite a bit fighting against ISIS. That's the background that I know of him. I think he left a day or two after that. But other than that, what I want to do is not so much focus on the allegations. I'm not an attorney, I'm not a lawyer. These are allegations, and he still has to go to court. And we'll figure out from there if this is true, or if it's blown out of proportion. We don't know exactly. It seems kind of certain though. But this does bring into light a bigger problem and some stuff that I want to talk about today. Throughout my time overseas, I have met, unfortunately, many more betrayers and traitors than you think. People that are not on our side after all. People who would do despicable crimes against their own brothers for money or hidden allegiances. You guys know this. There's a couple people that I served with. People I still look up to for what they did for me in Iraq and Syria that worked for the Russians. They went to the Russian side. It's unforgivable in my opinion, but at least they were publicly with them. They were not traitors. They were not doing stuff behind the lines, giving information to the enemy about the brothers they're working with. At least it wasn't that, So I'm not going to talk about all the times that, some of this stuff it's just hard. It's hard to process. And it's just sad to see, as you can imagine. Not only people who work for the other side, but also people who will do anything for money. One of the leading indicators that someone will give classified information or help the adversary is financial stress. Debt, how much they need the money. And they weigh it with money on one side and their friends and morals on the other. And they go with it anyway. It's sickening, but it's a factor. Financial problems in their personal lives, addictions of various degrees, such as drugs, gambling, or bad habits, can make them do this. In the last 2 years in the US military, they've had 6 people accept money from China to give information about their deployments and information about Taiwan. The US Army specifically has issued memos highlighting that foreign spies target financially stressed service members above all. Or it's them wanting to leave so badly that they will give themselves up and give up any information on anybody, get themselves purposely arrested by the enemy so that way they can get out of there at the cost of their friends. And it's not only the motivation. We don't know the motivation of all these people. Is it ideological? In some cases, yeah. And most of the cases that I know, yes. Is it for money or a good experience, something special? You want to be James Bond or something? Yeah, in some cases, yeah. But there's also the lack of security screening. And I'm not gonna lie, that's it's an issue. And that's tough for me to say. As somebody who, I've served in a lot of these groups. I get it. I understand why a lot of the people went there. Most of the people are great. Just so you know, most of the people that I know that were in the YPG or YBS or Ukraine, they're fabulous. They have it in their hearts. They spend their lives and their blood to go and make an impact on the battlefield for their side, their ideological side, or for their friends. But I'll be honest, there's a big lack of security screening. When it comes to the YPG and YBS, I never tell anybody how to go and join these groups. And I would never recommend any of these groups to anybody. It's situational. It's something. There's a lot that goes into it. I'm here to go and tell my story. I give advice about combat, or I spread the knowledge about drones, which is in the news lately. It looks like the US is gonna be taking these things a little bit more seriously. That's
Yeah.
cool. I'm here to go and support that. But everybody goes for their different reasons. And all the places I've been, but especially in Ukraine, that was one of the biggest wake-up calls that I've had. That's an anarchist group. The person who gave me that patch died about 2 months ago, fighting against the Russian side. He's anarchist, very much like the YPG and YBS. And he was serving alongside the police of Ukraine, SWAT team, SBU, all these groups that ideologically he is not okay with. But he served with them because he knew that there was a bigger enemy in front of them and they needed to go and band together. So I know that not everybody who has an ideological difference is bad. So this isn't a systemic problem, but like it just takes one insider threat and then it can kind of shatter the whole thing. So despite what propaganda would tell you, this is not a big issue, but it is something that I've witnessed. You know, I'm going to be clear about that. They're very public about it, and I've witnessed it. There are traitors. Here's another perspective, right? I've seen guys who fight the good fight. This guy who was just arrested for allegations that could be true, not true, but he was wounded by ISIS. He put his life in the line against ISIS. That's something you can never take away from him. But at the same time, it's like, okay, if ISIS was going to pay him more, would he have joined that side? You know, that's a serious question we have to ask now. If the allegations are true. I've seen people that go to these places for a noble reason and then later fell apart from that for mental reasons, financial reasons, or moral reasons. And I'm scared in this case, if the allegations are true, that he didn't do this for ideological reasons. He did it for money. And that scares me more than anything. For anybody who's in the foreign fighter community, whatever group it is, your name means more than anything. So when people hear my name,
yeah, so basically it's all understandable. Basically there is the betrayed for money, personal, of course, personal problems. They wait and they choose the dark side sometimes. It's not massive as he said, but occasionally it may happen. See his personal experience. He's a nice guy. Good Russian, yeah. He is a very competent. I like how he also records his videos. Storytelling is fantastic. Everything is great. Oh, today we hit 253 views at some point. Yeah, it's nice. It's great. And 13 views on Twitch. Why is not so many today? On Kick, 15 views. Yeah. Somehow Twitch is not propelling me today, but it's fine. And that's YouTube. We have also live on small screens on short feeds. I wonder what it means. Maybe we'll have more viewers or what? On short feed. It's something new that YouTube proposed. Once I was offered 160,000 to go to Iraq as a private security contractor. Oh. For how long, Hulk? Yeah, money fucks this whole thing up, unfortunately. I try to stay close to all people I work with, so we build the trust more. Yeah, after all, it's also the brotherhood, I think, yeah. This personal, as he says, name, responsibility. Oh shit, one missile hit a residential building in Kiev. All of the family has, one of the family died. That's the building. 2-story or 3-story. It's been, the family died, they say. I know about the kids, but fucking Russians. Also, MiG is flying with Kinjal missiles. Yeah, it's terrible. I wonder what what it's gonna be tomorrow after Putin will say about Oreshnik and his brave attack on Ukrainian civilians. MiG-31. Yeah, sadly. It's terrible what happened. Shahid drones and everything. Yeah, it seems like Russians with Oreshnik missile, they hit the gas storage. It's burning there. Somewhere far away, you see? It burns. Sorry. So, yeah, it's out there. I found it on the Russian channel. Военные осведомители. Cruise missiles. Yeah, it's definitely the big attack on Ukraine, one of the biggest for the last few months. Did Russia launch Oreshnik? Yeah, they launched in Lviv Oblast. They hit the gas storage there. I've been on disability pay for over a decade. Oh? Yeah, that's terrible what is happening. Calibers, launch Calibers already in Ukraine. Yeah, again, because of the news, of course, they're putting me down as well, because those are civilians that were hit, and it's very, very terrible. Magyar published the video? No. No new video, it was just a recommendation of the old one. Can you live decency of it? It sounds like the United States wouldn't be in... What? Maduro raid? What news? Like, he's been captured, no new raids are planned. It seems like there are some agreements between Venezuelan government and American government to trade some goods and oil, so everything they will avoid, this full-scale military operation, it seems like. But United States, they persist with the pressure to confiscate some of the tankers, as you see. And recently, just today, there were the news about the possible confiscation of more of the tankers. Yeah. I don't know what to film on my trash channel tomorrow. I should film something because today I haven't done it. I haven't filmed anything. Oh, that's the video I was looking for. That's the Russian ground drone.
И вот так производится доставка на передний край.
That's how we deliver.
Туда, где не можем техникой заехать.
We deliver to places where we cannot drive our vehicles. That's the drone vehicle. Supplies. We deliver this way. Off-road capabilities. Whether there are puddles or not, we don't care. Nice. Off-road. That's it. And went to the front line. That wasn't a puddle, so... Yeah, it was a mine.
Ебать! Вот мы ее и уничтожили.
There was the mine. Do a cooking video. Oh my god. Maybe I should. There's like 20 feet behind it. Yeah. Nice puddle, yeah. It was fun. Russian drone. There are lots of the mines. In Kiev, there is the drone attack today, Daniel, and in Lviv, Oreshnik missile strike on gas storage. That's what I can tell you. Lots of the civilian buildings, apartments are hit in Kiev, and sadly. It's the signal of Putin that he doesn't care about any negotiations, and he wants the war to continue, and he wants to respond or something, you know, on to Americans. To respond to Americans, Russia hits Ukrainians. That is how it works on their logic. Which is not what? Their own minds? Maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe Ukrainian minds, maybe their own minds. It seems that Putin in 5 years about average male Russians right now. What? Yeah, 15 oil tankers which departed Venezuela this past week without approval from authorities, most of them laden with oil, in what appears to have been a coordinated attempt to evade the blockade by United States Coast and Navy, are now hundreds of miles away from the land and appear to be heading east towards Africa and Europe. According to the satellite imagery and the United States military official who spoke to the New York Times, 4 were spotted heading east in the Atlantic Ocean and at least 400 miles from the coast of South America, while a second group of the 5 vessels was detected sailing northeast through the Caribbean on Monday. Also Monday, a United States Navy missile destroyer was pictured steaming towards the tankers heading across the Atlantic. One of the tankers, the Victoria, which is not carrying any oil, changed its name to Galileo and its flag to Russia. Fuck, the same thing. This week, in apparent effort to evade boarding by United States. Additionally, the Times identified 3 other tankers, all carrying Venezuelan oil. That is of this week are registered in Russia. And that's the scheme, guys. Jeez. I wonder if they continue the pursuit. I wonder if they continue it. It's interesting. Are people actually also rating out other people that are illegal in USA? What? Might have to move to Cherokee Reservation. I think they have their own rules. Yeah, their own laws, their own rules. One of the drones hit one of the buildings, and later on, then the fire rescue teams were sent to the place. The same building was hit for the second time, and there are deaths among the rescue teams. Okay. Yeah, that's one of the biggest attacks happening. Really. I wonder what's the situation. Like, only missiles left from what I see. Like, it's going to end soon. Missiles are flying from the south. Well, missiles, I think it's... Ukraine has some of the tools to intercept those, but sometimes, like, no air defense system may definitely guarantee 100% interception. It's not possible. Oh, now we have... Oh, no, it's the old information. So missiles left, it seems like. Jeez. Yeah, definitely it was the huge strike. Very big strike. Found good CBD, but... I'm back. What's going on? Oh, Leroy, nothing new. I like 20 minutes Ukraine airspace. What? Like 20 minutes in Ukrainian airspace. Yeah, something like that. Can they be distracting US military? Yeah, that's the purpose of those tankers, to go and distract military. That's the purpose. We have the weather change here. It's rapidly, the temperature increased today. Like, it's very high now as for compared to what it was. It was -8, now it's plus with something. +3. Even it was rainy this evening. Quite unusual. Some anomaly. Yeah, it's gonna be +3 all the week, and yeah, the weather is snow, rain, snow. Oh, it's gonna be colder on Sunday. -11 at night. Ew, jeez. Well, we'll see. The winter is not that, I would say, cold. It's okay. I start to feel cold more than before. I don't know why. Maybe I'm getting older. By the way, guys, I ordered this. As you know, I like the figures. Like, I have it here. You know, recently it crashed. I call her Sexy Miko. Yeah, it crashed from my cupboard. Yeah, it's her here. Yeah, Sexy Miko, come on. Okay, here she goes. Really sexy. So I like those figures, and recently I found on TikTok our guy from Ukraine, he's 3D printing those, and I ordered one. It's something less than $50. He prints the figures, and I just want to show you. So he 3D printed some. Yeah, the face is, I would say, not so great, but she's nice. It's like Ukrainian flag here, and all of the pistol, rifle, helmet and everything, magazines. Looks nice. This figure, something unique. He prints the stuff. It's not very big. I see that relative to the palm, it's not nice. Like, I would like to have it bigger, but he said it's the maximum size possible. And after watching this video, I immediately had like TikTok, lots of the videos in recommendations. about 3D printing and some stuff. Yeah, so he sends me this one. This 3D printed. I think I need to put everything together. Like he prints several. You should puzzle it together. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But the colors are nice. Everything. The face is. I would like to have a different face, but it's also okay. It's fine. She's good. Good figure. And also, I would like to have her at least 2 times bigger. That would be great. The weather is fatal for defense. Fatal? I hope Ukraine strikes an LNG tankers. I think there was the strike on one of the tankers this morning. I just forgot to tell about it in my recent video, in my latest update. That's bad. I really forgot about those. I wanted even to put it on a thumbnail, but the information about Starlinks and horses, it overshadowed the tanker. Yeah, the Palau flag, like this tanker. The Palau flag oil tanker Elbus was struck by a drone approximately 30 miles from the coast of Turkey province while en route to Russia. The attack damaged the upper part of the vessel, but no crew injuries were reported, according to Turkish media. The ship issued a distress call. The Turkish Coast Guard teams responded. The tanker is currently being towed to the nearby port for the further investigation. And that's the shadow tanker fleet. Denys, have you heard of the situation with the weird Italian guy who was trying to enter Ukraine via bus? Yeah, I heard about it, Daniel, yeah. A pro-Russian guy. A pro-Russian guy. High resolution resin printer. Maybe, I'm not sure. To the Turkish port of Anadolu after the attack. Yeah. Yeah, the Italian guy, I think he met Ukrainian girl. He wanted to go to Ukraine, but he supported Russia and he wasn't allowed to enter Ukraine because Ukrainian girl, she posted online how she will block his entrance or something like that. It was hilarious to read. Some troll we have. Okay, Bond. Interesting. He came to see to tell me F Ukraine, but I just banned. Like, what's the use of telling me this? You want to get banned, so you're banned. Pro-Russian and married to not married. He met the girl. He just met the girl, and the girl was posting, "We're gonna give this guy to the border control." He was not married on the girl. So do you know what happened with Andriy Yermak? What happened, Maria? He was dismissed. I don't know what is happening to him right now. I hope he lost all of the power there. Calibers are flying to the TETS-6. That's the main power plant of Kiev. It's been under attack. Three of the cruise missiles are flying to TETS-6. Four. It's already been reported 4 of the missiles are flying there. To hit that central, the main target was proclaimed to be the main power plant. I hope Poland helps. How? I don't know how Poland may help. They are working as logistic center, logistic hub for Ukraine mainly. They helped a lot in 2022, but now with the current president, not too much. How the war will end, in your opinion, Denys? Russia will collapse, and Ukraine will regain back all of the territories with and including Crimea. But it will happen in roughly 10 years from now. So it's not a close perspective, but with the collapse of the Russian regime, Russia will start to disintegrate and Ukraine will return everything. That's the end of Ukrainian war. Will be the end. And the end of Russia. That's my prediction, and somehow I'm sure about it. It's the destiny of every sort of the clumsy empire is Russia. But there could be, some of the ceasefires temporary, some intensification of the fights, and so on for 10 years. Take the course. Ukraine doesn't need that stuff. No one needs that. Russia is doing it to themselves. Yeah, with the war in Ukraine, it was inevitable. The Russian collapse was inevitable even before the war in Ukraine. Putin just made it faster. Have you heard this Stephen Miller? I just watched this video yesterday. I found out about this one. He's a psychopath. And he was formed already by the time he was 17 years old, people say, yeah? But you're formed as the person at this age. So he is a freaking psycho. And he is at one... Yeah, Evelyn, I agree with you. Even though AI moderation deleted your comment, but I see it. He is a freaking psycho. Villain. At one of the most important positions of the White House. National Security Advisor. Yeah, shit happens. Like, this world is very crazy. They know that I was growing, I thought that, those politicians, they're very intelligent, respectful, and so on. But now I see this huge degradation. Really strong degradation and everywhere. Not just in political sphere, but also the leaders of the corporations, managers, CEOs, how they think and everything. It's lots of the psychos, really. Narcissists, psychos, sociopath people. It's getting... Where do we live, guys? It's crazy. Someone changed. It's like, for me, it looks like someone changed the reality compared to what it was, for example, a decade ago. And now it's completely different world. Maybe it's the social media that affects it. Maybe it's the wave of, this manipulating with information, disinformation openly, lying openly, and seems like I'm in some sort of some jar, locked in a jar, and people locked as well, and they don't understand each other. And politicians, they are ruling everything of that. And some of the things that people simply cannot... They better believe to Donald Trump than their eyes. Or their ears. So it's shocking. I would compare it to some sort of the cult, yeah? Cult of... it's dangerous. It will bring us close to the war, I guess. Again, the Kiev under attack, more cruise missiles were launched and ballistic missiles. Jesus Christ. Miller should be committed to asylum for the criminal insane, yeah. Donny made hate acceptable. Yeah, Evelyn, I also think that it started from Donald Trump. Those hate speeches and so on. It is polarized in USA. What's old is new again. Damn, some moral successful. There's something wrong with their critical thinking skills. Yeah. "13 cruise missiles going to Kiev, flying." Yeah, it's definitely one of the biggest attacks of the year. Like, it's the new year already, and so far it's the biggest. Yeah, the ballistic missile, Oreshnik, allegedly, that flown to Lviv, the speed of it was 13,000 kilometers an hour. Just imagine, 13,000 kilometers an hour. It's ballistic missile that goes to the space and then lands, like SpaceX or something. No video yet, just picture of the abandoned car, no visible bullet holes. What do you mean? Trying to find the news about there is disturbances with heat and electricity now in Kiev. Lots of the stuff was hit, yeah. Russia really wants to make the life in Ukraine not possible for ordinary people. Somehow they think that people will riot against their own government in this case. But it's all hoax. It never worked. Even during the Second World War, it didn't work. So why should it work now? People are they hate Russia more, so that's it. Trump was deviant as a kid, yeah. Russia with Ukraine is a global power. Without Ukraine, it's a regional power. That's what Russians are saying, I think, yeah. They want to justify it. They took the part of our history. They say that Kiev is originally Russia, that Ukraine doesn't exist, and so on. So, yeah. That's why maybe ideological thing, it is for them, the ideology to conquer Ukraine and to destroy it. How would you feel if you found out your father was in the KGB and he killed thousands of people? That's the hypothetical question. Why should I ask about? Why do you ask me about it? What the purpose of it? Like, I'm not answering those hypothetical questions. I can tell you I would feel bad. Like what? I cannot put myself in that situation because it is not happening and has zero chance to happen. What the goal of the question? My guess, if they get the civilians to leave Trump with accept nuclear strikes. My guess, if they get the civilians to leave, Trump will accept nuclear strikes on Ukraine. like Trump, it doesn't matter if Trump accepts nuclear strike on Ukraine or not. The thing is that if Putin is ready to commit it or not, he will not. He's not interested in Trump's reaction on that, I think. Trump will not nuke Russia because of potential strike of Russia on Ukraine, nuclear strike. It's 100%. So why should be Putin concerned about that one? Putin is concerned more about the attitude from his allies, like China. China doesn't want to escalate to nuclear confrontation. That's the main reason, actually, for Putin. There are so many, Evelyn, there are so many lines were crossed, red lines, yeah? Russia was attacked in Kursk, Kremlin was even attacked by the drone, Crimean breach, spiderweb operation, Russian nuclear strategic bombers were hit. So many red lines, so many. And Putin didn't strike Ukraine. That's why he doesn't want to do it. But if he really wants in the future, he might do it. And he doesn't need justification for that. He'll come out with some his own excuse. Like he started this war, there were a couple of the provocations. Maybe many people forgot how this war had started in 2022. That's 3 days before the start. Russian channels showed that Ukraine allegedly hit UAZ, the military vehicle on occupied territories of DPR, some sort of the building that was abandoned, actually, but Russia called it as the office of FSB. So if they really want to start something, they will start. They'll find out the excuse. They don't need justification, like real one. Red lines and so on. If they want, they do. So in this case, Ukraine may do whatever it wants with the Russian tankers, shadow fleet, because as itself, it will not bring us closer to the nuclear war. It's only about Putin, only about him. Lviv got hit hard. I think mostly Kiev got hit hard than Lviv. Russia cannot take Ukraine. If it does, it will not last. Yeah, there will be a resistance, of course. Really, Maria? In Finland, the Trump supporters? Come on. I think they're not that popular. Oh, fuck. This is a very interesting meme. How I imagine 2026 as a kid. Some sort of the prosperity, technology. How it turned out. The earth is round. Source! I remember then my comments were available on Telegram. Some people like that were also there, like, source! Later on, I started to ban them. Have they sent any more IRBMs? No. Just one. They're too expensive. Is China, with its 100 million people near Russia and no longer requiring passports, taking Western Russia? Well, FSB told that they value the threats from China as the real one. Real ones, yeah. They're really concerned about it. Biden had 2 red lines that the secretly communicated to Putin via back channels. Firstly, no nukes, and secondary, to stop FSB program to detonate explosions on commercial airlines. I'm not sure about it, but I heard the information about they wanted to do something with airliners. what type of the airplane you're flying? Now I'm not flying airplanes, just gliders sometimes. If I speak about airliners, commercial ones, the last time I flown it in my last landing was on February 21st, 2022. 2 days before the war. That was my last landing in Borispol airport. Maybe I even have the video about it. I'm thinking more long term. Huh? Christian TV channel in Norway is praising Trump and Israel. Fuck. Okay. Still, Trump is not popular in Europe at all. I think maybe here in Switzerland, like maybe 5% of the people support him. I'm not sure, but everyone hates him. Like, I haven't heard anything positive about Trump from locals. Have you considered ever making content also for Ukrainian speakers, Daniel? At the very beginning, I thought to make content on what language. I'm not a Ukrainian speaker myself, so my native language is Russian, but I can speak Ukrainian. Я можу розмовляти без акценту, але на англійській мені зручніше, можна сказати. So I can speak in Ukrainian, but in English it's better, I think, for me. Useful. Also, I had the English speaking channel before. This one, I spoke about motorcycles, like my main channel, Denys Davydov, is about motorcycles. It had the name before, it's called Road Home. And I had the other channel, and I still have it, Pilot Blog. Yeah, so everything was in English, so I decided to make it in English. But I thought, okay, maybe to start a new channel in Ukrainian, but after all, English is better. Derek, thank you so much for coffee, for support. Go to Pablo, then UK's Denys flying. Yeah. Do you have license for flying Cessna? No, I don't have it. You bound Leave guy? Who is the Leave guy? English is the world language. Yeah, you can reach potentially more audience. And it's good for YouTube because you have wider reach, of course. But I thought maybe to make it on Ukrainian, but after all, decided to go to English because I already had the experience in filming something in English. It would be easier to get more viewers, yeah. Leave wasn't disputive, though he just... I didn't ban anyone. Hawk banned someone. You deleted message. Why did you ban him, Hawk? English is 60% other languages, as well as any other languages. There also have some foreign languages in them. Also Ukrainian. Welcome to... Thanks, Fish Tix. Thank you. I got him. He's a troll. I've seen elsewhere trolling the same. I see. Okay, thanks. Знаєш польський? Ні. Не можу розмовляти польською. But I can understand a little bit in Polish. Jesus Christ, they're still attacking. So we have 3 confirmed deaths in Kiev and 6 more injured. Russia wastes so many missiles, so many of everything to cause few of the civilian losses. Yeah, those are horrible too, but what's the real reason? Yeah, 13 already wounded, 13 wounded and 3 losses. But the death toll will rise, of course. Ballistic missile again flies to Kiev. Just 1 minute ago was reported. Again, massive attack on Ukraine. Jesus. Totally. He was propaganda troll. Denys, he was trolling pro-Russian FBS. Okay, I see. How is Zaporizhia faring? I saw you say they were creeping up to Zaporizhia from the south. Yeah, thank you for the bits, Daddy Hutch. We can check it out. Whether there was the update from the deep state today. Thank you so much. Where we are? Okay, here. I think it's more or less more than before. Just a light advancement here, deep state said. That's the Dacha area. I think that's the place where small houses, the small houses, so they advance a little alongside those buildings. Gulay Pole, also they went across the road. Microsk analytics shows that it's all in a gray area, in a red area. So yeah, Primorsk and Filia. Filia is Novopavlovka direction, yeah. Not too many advances, but they're happening. See, William. I got you. Yeah, Daddy Hutch. Right, guys. I think I'm gonna go sleep. It's already kind of late, 2:30 almost. Yeah, thanks for consistent viewers, because we have the statistics, you see. Thank you. It's very nice along the stream. See, we rose up to how much? 252, 253. And yeah, drop down happens because after all it's the night time for European viewers. So I guess for me it's better to perform the streams earlier. But so I decided today to film Ukrainian update. It's better because I woke up kind of late, so I was very late on everything. Teddy Hutch, thank you so much. 1000 bits. Thank you so much. Thank you. And yeah, it's nice. Before I had up to 100 people on the streams, 180, 50. Now I have one like stably more than 100. It's great. It's nice. Maybe I'm getting more entertaining, especially on this channel. It's kind of small one. So yeah, because I have my email on my main channel. It's PayPal mail, but it's also my communication email. So guys, see you around and ciao. You're awesome. Stay awesome. Bye bye.